Hey, well, hello, everybody.
Hello. I'm a joke. Hello, everybody.
For the audio audience.
Yes, we should do that.
You had a vampire
Yes,
with
I had
a
a very
cape
good
over
one,
your
yes,
face,
but
and I enjoyed it.
I like the van. I
You
didn't
make
even
a
think of
good
that, but
vampire.
yes, that's a good way of doing it. Yes,
Yeah.
that's what was good. Yeah. Welcome to the show.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for being here.
Appreciate you taking some time out of your day to hang out with us.
Yeah.
Wherever you're listening or watching us, we really appreciate it. Thank you for
With
liking,
all of our
subscribing.
Muppety hearts.
Welcome to another Muppet Monday, no matter when you're listening to this.
It's always Monday.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah. It's always Muppets. It's Monday somewhere. It's
Isn't that how it goes?
Technically, kind of. Thank you so much for joining us. And a little housekeeping right away. I want to make sure to mention this. We're not sure, because sometimes we record these back to back and everything.
Yep.
So we're not sure where we're going to be at streaming number wise.
Yes.
But we have an exciting thing we're doing that we may have already given away by now, by the time this episode airs.
We don't know. We don't know how many. So we're doing 1,000 stream t-shirt giveaway to
Yeah.
thank you guys for being so amazing and being here through this whole Muppety journey. So we want to give one of you Muppet heads a free t-shirt from our merch store. And you can enter that free giveaway by going to the link in our bio on Instagram and clicking, I believe it's the first link in our link tree, and filling out a 1-minute Google form.
Wait a minute. It takes a minute to fill that whole thing out.
1 minute for a possible one free t-shirt.
Oh, certainly something like this is going to cost a lot of money, or I'll have to take a mortgage out or something like that.
Absolutely not.
What? Wait, what?
You heard right.
What the what?
What the what? What the Muppet?
Please, everybody, help us have some fun in celebrating this show and
Yeah.
getting some gear in your hands there. And,
Yeah, I'm excited to give someone a t-shirt. That's going to be so fun.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love giving gifts, so this is going to be great.
I can't wait to be at a thrift store like 10 years from now
Yeah,
and
I'll
see
see
one of our I'm joking.
I mean, fair enough.
No,
could
I'm
happen.
kidding. We want to get as many of these things out there as we can because, for one, for me, as a proud dad, as a somebody who was really just proud of a young artist, I think you did really good with these designs.
Thank
I think
you.
they're cool, and
They're really
I like
fun.
them. I also know that what it feels like to wear a shirt of a podcast or a band you like or something like that. So I get that you guys want to do that, and we appreciate it.
Yeah, there's been some listeners that have sent pictures of in the shirts and
That's
stuff.
so
and,
cool.
Oh my gosh,
That's
I won't
awesome.
name names because I didn't get permission to say their
That's
names
really
and
cool,
everything.
though.
But yeah, they're amazing. You know who you are.
Best podcast listeners out there.
Yeah,
Really are.
you little
And
Muppet
that's the
heads.
whole Muppet universe. We appreciate
Gonna
you.
make me cry.
Let's stop the
Alright,
show.
yeah, we won't do the same thing we did with
We
the
got it
other
out of our
episode.
system in the last episode.
17 minutes in.
Yeah, 17 minutes
So
later.
bad. Okay, I think I begin this time.
Yes.
Yes, the Muppet Fact / quote hat.
What will it be? Sweetums, you ready? Okay.
Da, 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 da. He's giving me the eye.
Yeah, he
I'm
is.
gonna give you the eye.
Yeah, he's ready
It's a
to-
fact.
Fact. Whoa.
So we
Whoa.
are obviously tied.
Whoa.
I know.
Just need a second with
Yeah.
that one. I was all built and ready
It's
for
an
a
adrenaline.
quote. And no, sorry.
Okay, everyone's favorite rat, Rizzo, is named after the character Ratso Rizzo from Midnight Cowboy 1996, the year of yours truly, which Dustin Hoffman played. Rizzo first appeared on The Muppet Show in episode 418 in 1980.
Wow. Classic movie. I'm walking here. Improv.
Oh, that's what it is.
Improv line, by the way.
Really?
Dustin Hoffman, they're walking down the street, cab comes in, hits it,
I love
kept it
Dustin
in the movie.
Hoffman.
Yeah, great actor.
Oh my gosh.
Great actor. I love that. I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
really cool.
Very cool.
I got distracted. I'm sorry. I'll just share it. Not that I should share this, but have you seen The Departed?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for those that haven't, I hate spoilers. So for those that haven't, earmuffs.
Fast forward.
Yes, for a good 20, 30 seconds. It won't take much longer. At the end of The Departed, you see a rat come out.
Mm-hmm.
I love same thing, same movie, everything, but it's Rizzo. This Rizzo comes out. What?
The movie's over.
Yeah, you get it? A rat. The whole movie was about rats. Did you get it?
That's
and it just goes off. I would never,
Oh my
never,
gosh.
ever try to imagine telling Martin Scorsese to redo his hair,
Yeah.
his haircut, let alone any movie thing or anything. But I would love to throw that out there, Marty. Marty, I'd love to throw that out there.
I love
Can I call you
Rizzo.
Marty? No, I can't. Okay, Mr. Scorsese.
Sorry, sir.
God, I'd love to work with you.
I love him coming out and looking around and being like, wrong set.
yeah, yes. That'd be good. That'd be good.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
It's cool to know the origin, though.
It really is. I love the origin stories of dang near anything in
Mm-hmm.
life. I think it's just cool. I don't care what it is.
Yeah.
But especially with these characters we really like. And it's also with him, it's one of those ones where, oh, how did I not look that up already?
Right.
With Lou, when we were talking about looking up Lou into a little more of Lou Zealand, our last Muppet.
Yes.
Thank you, Lou. And I remembered his name.
Yes, you
remembered his
did.
name.
Oh,
yeah.
Good job.
It's so sad. I can't believe I didn't think of looking up his origin story before. I love doing that.
Yeah.
As an interviewer, I think my favorite question is, so give me your backstory, give me your origin story.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what you have going on?
Right, you never know
What tragic backstory do you have?
Right, lay it on me.
I think it's just an interesting question because every
Yeah.
single human being, we have a lot of things in common. Every human being, from the first to the last,
Yeah.
everybody's got an interesting story.
Mhm.
Everybody's got an interesting.
Absolutely.
That's a good one.
Oh, and that reminds me with the interesting stories. Before we pull our very last slip, we're going to do a special episode of reading your Muppety stories, which
Yeah.
we've gotten several emails at our whatthemuppet@gmail.com. We haven't read them yet because I want to read them together,
Yeah,
so it's
yeah.
like organic and
Mhm.
everything. But
I'm excited about that.
yeah, you can send us an email about how you got into the Muppets and what the Muppets mean to you.
It should be at least 1,000 to 2,000 words.
Single
it should be
spaced.
Single spaced.
10
And
point font.
no, have some fun. Make it as short as long as you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I love that idea too. It's a good idea.
I'm really
It'll be
excited
really
for
fun.
that.
It'll be
yeah,
really
it's
fun.
gonna be very heartfelt, wholesome.
It's gonna be grab the tissues. You're gonna be crying. You're gonna be tearing up.
Probably.
Have an excuse for why you're crying and already in your head. Oh God, that's so bad. I actually did do that when I was a kid, like 14, 15, something like that, going on like one of those first dates. But I knew the movie we were going to was one of those like emotional ones.
Well,
So in my head, I'm like, if I cry, what excuse
have
can I
something.
have?
Right. Oh my
But
gosh.
yeah, oh, it's horrible. It's horrible.
Do you remember what movie
Borderline
it was?
messed up. Like, oh no, I don't remember the movie, the person. Might have been your mom. But
Oh,
I don't remember exactly. But I do remember doing that. I do
Oh
remember.
my gosh.
And I don't remember if I cried or anything. I don't remember
Yeah,
even if
but
it was an
just in
emotional
case.
movie, but I was ready.
Yeah, you never know. There's dust in this theater. Dust in the theater.
Have I mentioned I'm a classic overthinker? Have I mentioned? Well.
You get to pull out of the Muppet hat.
All right.
I don't think we have any more movies in there, so
Oh,
just
yeah?
be calling it Muppet
Oh,
Hat.
interesting.
Yeah, I think. I could be wrong.
I
Oh
kind
no,
of want to show
actually,
you.
we do have one because you finally watched that Muppet movie,
Yes,
so that
we do.
is in there.
So that
yeah.
will be in there. And is it
Yes.
right here? Is it this one?
We don't know.
Will it be? What a great one to have. Finally. Finally, he's with his beaker. I'm
Pinky.
Bunsen Honeydew, and it's good to be here.
Wow, yeah, it's crazy
Oh,
how
this is
far
great.
away they got pulled.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
did think it was interesting that we got Beaker first.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I
Bunsen,
think he deserved it.
Bunsen, a classic character.
Very classic character.
Really hard to say. I know I apologize if people don't like I do this. I can't help doing this in my head, but this kind of like level A of fame and
Oh, yeah.
use on
He's very
shows and
iconic.
stuff.
Mhm.
He's really in that area, that A-ish B
Yeah.
area where he is so well known, used so much over the years that even if you don't know his name, it's on the tip of your tongue,
Yeah.
especially because of one of the best worded Muppets. You can make the argument the best worded Muppet is Bunsen.
Bunsen and Beaker.
Yes,
yeah.
I mean
It's very
it's so
cute.
perfect. I can remember being in science class in like senior year of high school or something,
Mm-hmm.
and working with Bunsen, you know, and all that stuff, and thinking of him, and thinking, and just thinking, you know, the name stuck with
Me
you,
too.
and the character
Yeah.
stuck with you.
It's very clever.
It's so good.
Yeah, so he's very articulate, he's very smart, obviously. Not very good bedside manner
No.
at all. I think that's the part that I like rubs me the wrong way sometimes about Bunsen is his ability to not care about feelings.
Yeah.
Especially towards Beaker.
That's what always got me.
Yeah.
The way he would treat Beaker. I always thought he was a fun character,
Yeah.
but there was never a moment and never an age where I was good with that.
Yeah.
And I understand, and I haven't read or heard actually much about this other than from you and the guys when it's come up. But it seems like they've toned that down in the character a little bit of the experimenting on your friend kind of thing. And the Muppets are a mirror of society. It would make sense that they would evolve with us.
Yeah.
As we find out, oh, hey, that thing we used to laugh at, probably shouldn't be laughing at that.
Right, yeah.
They're going to change too, because we change. That's the way it should be. As an entertainer, like a radio station, I don't want to do James radio. I want to do the radio my audience wants.
Yeah.
I want to do what they want. So I wanted that feedback. I think as the community's, audiences, society, has spoken, Muppets have kind of played into that and gone in that direction.
Definitely.
He's kind of done that. He's kind of softened up on that, but still experimenting like crazy.
Yep, as he does. Very
Blowing
smart
up a lot
dresser.
of things. Not quite sure who his investor is. Not sure.
Right, yeah. Oh, maybe he's like a trust fund child.
Yeah.
So,
That's great.
I feel like maybe that's his origin a little bit.
I want it to be. And, now I really do want it to be.
Oh my gosh,
That's pretty good. So I'm going to look up Bunsen's stats, his origin story, if you will. Let's see. Oh, and I don't want to look it up there. I like going into
the Muppet Wiki.
In case, and I keep meaning to mention that too. When I'm doing this, I am going to the Muppet Wiki, just in case anybody was curious.
Such a great informational
Really want to shout them
resource.
out. Really do want to shout them out. And to all the people that work on these things, the Muppet Wiki, the Marvel Wiki, the Star Wars Wiki, all that. People that contributed that stuff, shout out to all of you.
Yeah, that's so impressive.
From 1976. So Bunsen is older than I am.
Wow.
The great Dave Goltz, his performer and designer, Jim Henson.
Oh, Jim. It's always nice to hear his name.
Now, outside of Bunsen's iconic glasses and no eyes, because that's key.
Yeah.
That is key to the character. Plenty of Muppets have glasses.
Yeah.
They always have eyes. Is there any other Muppet that has the glasses with no eyes?
Not that I can think of.
I can't think of any, and I don't know why, but that's so key. In part because when there's an explosion and the glasses are off, it's so much funnier.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but there's something that's just funnier about it, and it gives more of a change.
What a wicked creative choice, too.
I think one of the cooler things when you have these characters that you know their outfit, you close your eyes, you can imagine all these things, but then something happens, like an explosion or being shot out of a cannon or whatever, and they change the appearance.
Yeah.
And it's so altering,
It's so funny,
shifting, no matter how many times they do it, how many times you see it.
Yeah.
It's a little like in cartoons when they change,
the clothes or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's a snappy dresser.
Very typical
Formal.
scientist.
Yeah, and he's even got like some of the lines too, like humanoid.
Yeah.
Very humanoid.
Very humanoid. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I also like, again, don't know if it was intentional or not. So we know he's a humanoid, but we have no idea what kind of race he would be because he's green.
Yes.
And I really like the choices when they would do, I would like when they would do that. As a kid that didn't see a lot of representation, didn't see a lot of relatability in a lot of things, Sesame Street, Muppet Show were some of the only shows, and like Welcome Back, Kotter, were like the only shows that you could feel, oh, I can relate to him.
Yeah.
There's a kid that's like me, or there's a character. Because you could, sometimes with like a show like Welcome Back, Kotter, there were characters that I actually felt a connection to because of a mixed kid or something.
Sure.
With a character like Bunsen or any of the Muppets that were human but a different color,
Yeah.
you could imagine yourselves in them.
Right. It's not like a forced diversity.
I love a good author that can do that with a character.
Yeah.
Where
absolutely.
you and I, being very different, being different sexes, whatever, different ages, could both see ourselves as that character.
Yeah.
Could both see ourselves as that. Oh, I could envision myself as this great
That's so
character or
important.
something.
Yeah. I want to touch really quick when I said forced diversity. I just want to kind of unpack what I meant by that. I always search for diversity when I'm about to like watch a show or I'm about to read a new book, because I like experiencing content that has intentional diversity. What I mean by forced diversity is where you're watching something and it almost feels like you can read between the lines of like, okay, they put a lot of background characters who are diverse, not the main character, or they're just trying to like push that so people be like, oh wow, look at them. Yeah, that's kind of what I meant. I really like that the Muppets in Sesame Street are just, you don't even think twice about it. It's just embedded in.
If they did force it, well done. Because it wasn't noticeable, kind of thing. It was that kind of, I don't believe they did, but if they had, I mean, even if they had, they did it so masterfully, so organically.
Yeah, so I just wanted to touch on that really quick and kind of explain what I meant. so people didn't think it's, I don't know, something poor of me or whatever.
So Bunsen is, again, another borderline thing. He is a scientist, mad scientist, kind of like borderline in between there. Flirts around a little bit with the mad scientist stuff.
Yeah, I think so.
A go-to whenever you need to solve a problem in the Muppet House and you don't have another solution, introduce Bunsen and he'll have some kind of like concoction that could help you with it.
Yeah, especially in the movies. He'll be like, well, good thing I brought my...
Bunsen is a plot speeder-upper. He will speed up a plot.
He is the staple of the plot.
It's like him in montages. It's like, it's like him.
Oh my gosh, I love a montage.
Yes, good montage, nothing like it. I love that you, during the, not to spill anything for Patreon, but I love that during your time, and thank you, Bree was an election poll worker in our recent election around here, and I really appreciate that you do that work.
Yes, you're very
You
welcome.
had it's a sequel in your head or whatever.
Oh, yeah. The whole day. Oh, my gosh.
Earworm just in there.
Yeah, well, okay, so the day of the election, there's a really bad snowstorm, and I don't live far from my, district, so, yes, and I don't live far from my polling location either, because they're two separate places. So I left in the morning when the storm was starting, so I was walking to my to go vote first, and I was like, I need to pick me up. So I put on We're Doing a Sequel from Muppets Most Wanted, because it always just puts a pep in my step. I love that song. But then not unfortunately, but the song is stuck in my head while I'm trying to register people to vote.
Yeah, it didn't match up with maybe the setting so much.
I couldn't even confide in anybody.
It's a little tough to.
Like, this serious thing we're doing right now. Does anyone have a song stuck in their head?
I cannot tell you how many times that happens to me. I'm very thankful. I should be knocking on wood. That never has happened to me on the air.
Oh, yeah.
But I have been on, especially when we first started doing the morning show, and we're an information station. But we also try to entertain with the morning show and all that.
Yeah.
Carl and I wanted for Halloween to wear costumes. But I was deathly afraid that we would get some horrible tragic news that we had to deliver to the audience, and I'm dressed up as a ghost. Or like Captain Jack Sparrow or something.
No.
Tragedy today. And I got an eye patch, I didn't want to do that. And I felt so no.
That's a fair point. Oh, jeez. Yeah, that'd be bad.
Speaking of costumes, Bunsen's is a traditional scientist costume.
Yes, lab coat, tie, the glasses, of course. Yeah, kind of like mirroring Beaker a little bit too.
Yeah.
He also dresses up.
I don't know intentional or not, but you almost always see those two together, of course.
Oh, yes.
Beaker, a lot of hair. Bunsen, none. So I do wonder, if we're talking origin stories, if before Bunsen meets Beaker, now I love the Muppet Babies and a lot of those where they've known each other their whole lives. I love that storyline, so let's keep that canon.
Yeah.
But the idea that Bunsen didn't have Beaker, so he used to have tons of hair, eyebrows, eyes, everything. But over the years of experimenting, the eyes go, the eyebrows go, everything.
Yep. And he's okay with it, because it's for science.
Actually, nothing against him now. Very handsome in his day. Very handsome. Very
aging well.
Nice chin, that classic Hollywood chin.
Good for Bunsen. Yeah.
But not anymore. No, it's I'm Bunsen Honeydew. Very iconic voice too.
Oh yeah, you're good at imitating it.
I really like his voice. It's a fun one. And one of those voices, if you ask me, how do you do that? I don't know. I really don't. It just goes there. I swear, I don't know how to do those things.
You're very good at impressions. I am not very good
I don't think I am, but thank you. But I know I like to do them.
Yeah,
I do, and I know I can't help doing them. with this world, at least.
Well, Should we put him in a situation?
Let's do it.
Oh wait, I think it's my turn.
It is. Why do I do that? Why do I do that?
It was a while we've been talking. Right.
I'm such an
Give me
athlete. It's your grandfather and me. I want to box you out.
You'd probably win. You go for it.
I don't know. You sneak.
What do you think this Muppet's party trick or go-to icebreaker is?
Oh dear God, and not one good for the crowd.
No, I feel like he's not going to stray far away from science.
Yeah, and it's going to be something big. And
Would anyone like to see my new invention?
Watch this, and he just takes two beakers, and he's just that wasn't the plan. Because here's another thing. Everything we get to see at Bunsen is usually the experiment part that goes horribly wrong. Poor Bunsen never gets to share with us all of his success story.
Yeah, because he's smart.
Yeah, well, he does actually a little bit, like in the Muppet movie when he saves the day or something. But we don't see a lot of his success stories. We see a lot of the explosions.
Right.
I feel like he comes into a party, tries to make a big entrance or something like that, or maybe Bunsen's finally, tired of being in the lab all the time and he wants to get out there a little bit, go on a date or something, try to impress somebody, and he's out there, it just goes bad. It just goes bad.
So two things. I think one, since he is intellectual, I feel like he'd be somebody that keeps tabs on his mind. So he's like, I have to stimulate my mind when I'm not doing science. So maybe he's good at close-up magic or something.
Yeah.
I could see him practicing just for fun. And I will say, just for me, I do ship Bunsen and Beaker. So that's my ship.
Yeah.
Even though I think that he could treat Beaker better.
Much better. But I'm with you on that. I'm 100% I'm with you on that.
I finished the ABC Muppet Show the other week, and I really enjoyed it. I'm sad that it was canceled.
Yeah, me too.
But it was really fun, and I like that within the show it was kind of canon that they are together.
Right.
It was amazing.
Yes. And it's really well done by them too. I see people. Some people, it seems kind of like they're just sitting on their couch and they're just waiting and waiting. Oh, this is the thing I'll get bent out of shape about for no reason, even though it really doesn't affect my life at all.
No, even though they're just fictional Muppets.
Yeah. I think that, to me personally, everybody's opinion has some thought, some feeling that it earns and it deserves.
Yeah.
And then if you also have to move on. And
you have to accept there's other opinions out there.
Yep. And if you don't like it, you can move on. It's not for everybody. That's part of what's happening here nowadays is that we're trying to, maybe we look back 20 years from now and we overdid it on representation. Too bad.
Not a bad
I'm sorry. I'm not going to ever apologize for that. I am not. Well, we spent a good couple of hundred years or whatever in entertainment. If you're just looking at entertainment and taking a step back, man, been representation since Shakespeare. We have one play with a black lead. There's plenty of examples throughout decades and decades of entertainment where there has been no representation. Yeah. We're trying to make up for it, and I personally don't think we need to apologize for that. I'm a little tired of apologizing for it.
Yeah, I think it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, if you're worried about. Well, where will this white person or this white kid or something like that? I'm pretty sure they've got plenty of material to pull from and go to. Wherever will I find inspiration for my young white child? I'm sure it's gonna be okay.
Yeah, there's plenty of content.
Let me introduce you to Disney. Whereas a young Jewish kid, a young Asian kid, a young Latin kid, etc., etc., there is not that pool. There is not that. And then when you get in even more deeper than that, of asexual orientation or a representation of those levels and stuff that even I don't completely understand, but I respect, and I think we need to have more of. Yeah, I'm not going to apologize for Beaker and Bunsen being put together, and if that makes some kid out there feel a little bit more represented, or if they just find it an interesting storyline. Because that's the other thing too. Why not add a little bit of? There's some stuff that's canon.
At all. Yeah.
Kermit's green. Don't change that.
Yeah.
But there's other stuff. Oh, okay. Ernie and Bert are a couple. the
You
world.
can't say that.
Well, hang on. Let me double check here. I shouldn't just throw this stuff around. I should check and see if the world has stopped. And no, it's cool. We're good. All right,
Wow,
we're good.
yeah, time's still going.
Everything's still
the
moving.
Sun's still shining.
Yeah. So it turns out that it is everything's okay.
They're not just.
I don't see the big deal. I really.
No, it really isn't. It's not doing any harm, and I love the representation.
I think one of the best things I learned in my life was choosing your battles wisely.
Mm-hmm.
And there is some stuff that even if you are upset about, is it really worth
Yeah.
going on Twitter? Like,
Right.
who reads that and thinks you're wow, this is a very intelligent
yeah,
human
I'm gonna
being.
follow that
How,
person.
how in depth and how smart of them to
Yeah.
think of this? Like, no, that is not how the majority of the world sees that.
No.
Like, what is going on with this one?
Right. Scroll.
Mhm. Yeah. So.
So
that's good.
his icebreaker, yeah.
Mm.
I feel like
So do you think that he would just have because I keep going to some kind of prop explosion
Right.
experiment. Do you think maybe he'd just have a line? He is very intelligent.
I was gonna say either
Maybe
a
a
deck of
random
cards
fact or
for his like a card trick or something, or I could see him maybe he has a little bit of like social anxiety because
Yes.
he is not like I don't know in parties scenes very much. So maybe he has like index cards that he has in
Oh,
his sleeve.
yes,
He
yes.
has like a good joke or something.
But somehow they explode.
Oh darn it! Forgot this was my
It's just paper.
explode paper. And I latest
I love that
invention.
he has explode paper for the. Why he would have that? I love that he would.
He actually
He definitely
wrote that
would.
on there. Yep. Yeah, I feel like that would be something he would do.
I like the idea of him having a traditional line. I don't know if something's happening with the computer.
Oh. Oh, not really. I think it's just a pop-up.
Okay.
We're good. We're still live.
I couldn't see it that well.
No,
I
fine.
like the idea of him having a pickup line or something,
Yeah.
but it's very scientific. What
Oh,
sign
yeah.
are you? Statistically speaking, you would be.
Right, just breaks it down,
Where are
kills
you
the
going?
mood.
Darn it, Beaker. Happened again. Let me test this line out on you.
Meep, meep. It's always perfect with you.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. He doesn't just experiment with Beaker with science
Yeah.
experiments, but with these
Social
with
settings.
Beaker, right?
Aw, the
The
greatest
glasses
of
are
friends.
sliding down. He's sliding
Right. Oh, what an iconic duo.
And an iconic character, both of them separately and together.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool too when you think about that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you could write that if you're setting out the Henson's creating this character and thinking 20, 30 years down the line, certain things he could envision. I don't think you could envision that. I don't think you could really
No.
write that into the character. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool that it's happened that way. Again, similar to Ernie and Bert or some of those
absolutely.
kind of iconic duos.
Yeah, it's beautiful that Jim Henson and the whole team around him could build these characters that just become larger than the show, larger than
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Mhm.
What a crazy honor to have too. Wow.
Yeah. I love these characters that when we pull up their name and we see and it's a Henson. It's nothing against any of the other characters or newer characters or
Yeah.
anything or any of the puppeteers for any reason. I have all the respect in the world for every one of them. There's something iconic and something pretty cool about coming across one. Oh, Henson made this one.
Yeah,
There's
it's so
something a little
sweet.
just deeper to it.
Yeah.
And I would think that they would get that even more than I do.
Yeah.
I get that as a fan. I can't imagine as somebody, as a creative,
Yeah.
how I really got that from talking to Tim and talking to the guys.
Yeah.
Shout out to Puppet Masters and them. I like and subscribe to their stuff. When you're talking to people like even those guys are a pretty good example, I think. And again, not to speak for them, but as they were telling us, I don't know if you would say that they were burnt out from the industry or any of that, but you could still see the spark in them. Whether
Oh,
they
yeah.
see it or not, I saw a fire in them. Whenever they were talking
absolutely.
about the game,
Yeah.
when they're talking about the details, the nooks and crannies, the certain things,
Yeah.
they get into that. And there's a passion to that like you see in me when I talk about acting. I love
Definitely.
that. I don't care if it is stamp collecting, that'll get me. If you're
Yeah.
passionate, I'm all in.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We appreciate your passion.
Yes.
And Bunson's passion for science and Beaker, and
And Beaker and all things experiments.
we would like to thank you for joining us.
And we have one more scenario to put him in. What's it gonna be? The would you have for Bunsen Honeydew?
Would you enter a talent show with this Muppet?
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, what are you gonna do with Bunsen?
I don't know, but I
guess
love the
Beaker's
idea.
sick. Yeah.
I'm filling in for Beaker, I guess.
Yeah, I think so.
So I'm guessing that whatever it is, it involves like we gotta do this right. If we're gonna do this, we gotta like just this hair, just like I start out this way, but at the end of it, it's just all up.
A
It's
Beaker
just,
style.
yeah, just.
Yeah, we gotta dye
it.
It's funny.
I think that it'd be fun. I think that we would do some, maybe what you were saying before about the magic trick.
I was gonna say,
Maybe
I could
something like
see
that.
assistant, and then Bunsen's the magician. That's
What
kind
if-
of what I was thinking.
What if it's we bring our last two guests together? We bring out Lou, and it's Lou's throwing fish, but it's the iconic throwing of the knives, but with fish.
Right, you're spinning on a wheel.
We should have gotten this one for him. That would have been great.
That would be really funny.
I like the idea of him. I would do a talent show with him, and I think that it would have something to do with the science experiment or something.
Okay, yeah, like a live demonstration of something.
I don't know if you've seen the ones with the 2-liter bottles and the
the Coca-Cola.
yeah, and
like
they get
the
them
Mentos.
springing out Mentos things. Yeah, I could see doing something like that
That
with
would
him.
kill. Yeah, that'd be great.
What about you?
Yeah, the first thing that popped in my head was like a magic routine kind of thing with like a assistant and stuff.
Would you do the box cutting thing?
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
I think so. I
Took me a second.
love magic. I'm a sucker for magic. Yeah, I feel like giddy around it. Like I'm one of those people that's like I believe in it. Even though like I know it's an illusion, but I just like it's fun to believe in it.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's cool. I didn't know that. That's very cool. I'll remember that. I had to go into a magic show.
Oh, fun. Yeah, I feel like it's just, I've never been to like a professional magic show. And I feel like it's one of those things that I would get giddy about. I feel like 12 years old again.
I know not everybody likes sports, but I genuinely think everybody could get into a hockey game.
Oh, yeah.
Like going to a hockey game and watching it, I think you can enjoy it. It's just an atmosphere.
Yeah.
I feel like that about magic.
Yeah.
I think some things are just the same way about magic, where I dig it, it's okay, but I bet in person it really hits. It hits a lot more probably.
Right, yeah, because you are in that atmosphere and there's just like a certain vibe that goes out. Like everybody is in on watching these illusions and it's just super cool.
I like that.
Yeah, I think I would do that.
I like that question. That's a good question.
Yeah, it was fun. Oh, and that's kind of funny because we got a similar question for Beaker because it was like a pageant.
That's right.
One. Yeah.
Wow,
so
good
long
memory.
ago.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh wow, that's right. How cool that we got a similar one there.
Just
That's
talented
awesome.
folks.
Yeah, and they belong on stage.
Yeah, they
Even
do.
though we don't really see them, they're not really a part of the Muppet Show.
Right.
They're
They're kind of background.
Yeah. Why do they have a scientist at the Muppet House? Why do they?
Yeah.
I mean, has anybody really asked why? Like, I'm not complaining. I'm glad he's there.
Right, but
where does that really come into play?
Right, why?
What's going on down there?
You just needed somewhere to set up shop.
On the next Unsolved Mysteries, we research the
Muppet cold cases.
Yes. We're going to go ahead and bust into the Muppet House. What's going on down here? What kind of experiments are you performing? What's with this character that never even speaks? He never even talks. Tell us the truth, Peter.
Peter's trying to hide some like top secret
Why would you tell us?
Oh, the Muppet theories.
There's so many of them. There's so many of
they go on and on.
them. Come back next Monday for more Muppet theories and more Muppet madness and fun.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in and for having fun with us with your impression of Bunsen.
The Muppet Show. Thank you so much for helping us with the Muppet.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. That was really fun.
Oh, it was a blast. Thank you so much for helping us find the Rainbow Connection.
Yeah, we'll catch you guys next time.